All right, friends, once again, I'd like to welcome you to Finding Strength in Weak Moments. Your weakness is not your failure. My weakness is not my failure. Our weakness is not our failure. Our weakness is an invitation to God's strength. But some of the reasons we are weak is in order to be filled with God's strength and blessings in all that we do. There are moments in life when we all feel tired. There are moments in life we feel emotionally, spiritually, or physically tired. There are moments in life that we feel we've lost the energy. We no longer have the strength to keep pushing because it seems all doors are closed and we keep knocking, but the doors have never been opened. And there are these moments that we feel our efforts are not yielding any fruit. So we feel like let us stop wasting our time and let us just give up. But there is no option in giving up in this life. We must find strength in those moments that we are weak. We must continue to push and do our very best with the intention that our best will be best enough. And let us continue to be hopeful that tomorrow will be better than today. In those moments when we feel emotionally, spiritually, or psychologically tired, let us not pretend to be strong. In every moment of being tired, let us not pretend to be strong in order to give an impression to people, but let us be very honest with ourselves and also with God. Let us ask Him for the grace to fill us. And we can also go to friends and seek for help. We can also talk to people who are in church or who are concerned to help us with the grace because God will always walk through people to help us. He said, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." God's grace is more than enough for each and every one of us. God does not expect perfection. He's not expecting us to be perfect, but He will always prepare us for perfection. He wants us to surrender ourselves to Him, our will, our strength, our knowledge, our thinking, our faith, our whole being, our families, the society, and we should surrender everything to Him. That is what God expects of us. When you reach your limit in life, could be a businessman, you could be an employee, you could be a freedom fighter, you could be a humanitarian, or whoever you are. You may be leaders, you may be subjects, you may be followers, or whatever. Whenever we reach our limit, which we all have limit, where we can go to, what we can do, our strength will take us to a certain level. And when we reach our limit, that is where God begins His work. Don't forget, when we reach our limit, oftentimes we face certain situations that maybe these situations are going to consume us. Doors are all locked on every side of life, but God opens the door and gives us relief. And that is why I am always encouraging my people in Benue, in Plateau, in Nigeria. Let us not give up. At this point in time, this is where our powers are limited. But God will definitely come through for each and every one of us. At this point where it seems we are being surrounded by all these terrorist group, kidnappers, and all this insurgency, our powers are limited. Our leaders are quiet. Our leaders are pushing a narrative that is false. We are helpless. Our brothers and sisters are being taken daily. They are being subjected to a lot of hardship and so many things that humanity should never allow to go through. But we're going through the pains of loss. We're going through the trauma of witnessing unimaginable things that should never happen to humanity. This is where our reach, our powers could take us to. This is where our strength can take us to. We call out, we cry, we wail, we make protests and all kinds of things. Do not get tired. God's work begins from where our strength ends. He will begin to work at this limit because our leaders are not even representing us. Our leaders are not even telling us what we want to hear. Our leaders are not doing what they should be doing. Our leaders are not protecting people they should be protecting. Our leaders are not concerned with what is going on. Our leaders are defending people who are chasing us out of our land. Our leaders are denying the narrative. Our leaders are not even bothered because they are making whatever they want to make out of the situation. This is our human reach. At this time, all of us are emotionally, spiritually, and psychologically drained and tired. We have faced trauma, and a lot of people are still being traumatized based on what is going on. What else can we do? God will begin from where our powers end. And maybe this is what the time that God is using the international communities to be able to liberate us from this bondage. We also need to do one thing. Let us reduce the way we pray and shout in churches. We don't only have to be praying people, we have to be an action people. A community, a nation, a country liberates his or her people when they study and they have a knowledge of inventing and doing things. Look at the Asian community. They've seen the problem, they've all gone in for it, they've studied it, they think, and they came up with a lot of things that are helping in their country. Look at Europe and America. We are always talking about these nations, these continents, because they have everything. They think for themselves, they know what they want, and they go out for it. They have churches, but they will never be praying in churches and be having daddy geos and mommy geos that will be speaking even when they should not speak. They know their limit. They know what to say, when to say it, and how to say it, because there are laws that are regulating and governing all these things. We must also rise up and study what we should study, know what our rights are, know our limits to where to act, what to do, and become inventors, not consumers. We consume. Ideologically, we consume. Product wise, we consume. We are being fed on a daily basis. We should not be fed when we have everything that we have around us. So we need to rise up, engage ourselves into intellectual activities, and know what our land needs and begin to produce and work for our community. Enough of people feeding us with ideas, what to do, when to do it, how to say it. Enough of people coming in to make decisions for us. Until we face out this mentality, we are giving out ourselves to become perpetual slave to people. So it is time. This is our limit. Maybe this is where our strength can take us, but we need to rise up and do better. Your weakest moment can become your strongest testimony. We all have testimonies to give. We all have experiences. We all have all kinds of things we go through. But those weakest moments of ours that are making us strong for a better testimonies tomorrow to encourage and inspire people who are coming behind us. These are moments of encouragement that we should not. And I encourage you, do not take those moments for granted. They are always a moment of trial and help. And they will also be a lesson to other people who are coming behind and who are listening to those moments. Strengthen me if this message speaks to your heart.